Hey y'all, so I apologize about the delay with the readings, but I've been kind of under the weather. So still kind of, I'm under hay fever, so I still got the symptoms. But I'm coming around slowly but surely. But we need to get to the bottom of this because Spirit God told me I had to deliver this message because these karmics out here pissed. They mad, and I'm getting the same thing the other readers were getting. So I'm like, why are they still fishing for information? What they so pressed about? Baby, so we already know they jealous. We know they pressed. We know they keep watching you because they can't figure your shit out. Okay, that we know that they sick with it because the man that they then belittled you for has wanted the divine feminine the entire time. So this person thought that they could shapeshift and take on your qualities and become you, so to speak. That didn't happen. They've been exposed, read for filth. All of the projection, all of the lies was to protect the truth from coming out, was to prevent the truth from coming out. So, teachable moment for all of us. So when someone is tearing you down, won't leave you the fuck alone, they didn't got what they supposedly wanted and still are harassing you, that's because they admire you. Not only do they admire you, but they hiding something. And that moment when you spark that truth or you raise awareness, now they feel like they fight for their life because their life depends on it, literally and figuratively. But there's a deep-rooted issue that we need to address before we get into the cards. As far as the readings, more consistently, I do like Aries through usually Leo, because others I don't really get that many views, so it's just energy. So I'm gonna be doing those on TikTok, and then I'll like share them on here. If you want an actual extended on YouTube, let me know. But back to these karmics and why they pissed. What it boils down to is these women are broken. Okay, so after doing the cards and meditating, I'm like, this is beyond the cards. So I had to get into spiritual mode, meditation mode, prayer mode. And then when I popped up on YouTube, Pastor R.C. Blaze came on with a message that I need to relay to these karmics. Because you're broken. These toxic men that y'all calling divine masculines are breaking you. They have broken you. And you are unconsciously broken. Okay? This means that they have broken your awareness to the fact that you're being disrespected and you're degrading yourself to please them, and it's something that will never come into fruition. So the narc, the distorted masculine, the toxic masculine, and the reason why these karmics is so pressed, has gotten the karmics so confused with comparisons that they wake up daily and compare themselves to others because they doubt themselves. This man had broken them down so bad that they have to compare themselves to other women. Okay? They don't see the uniqueness in themselves, the individuality, their own good traits. They are, it's embedded in their brain by toxic arguments and masculinity, just ruffling their feathers, trying to trigger them. And it's designed to make them jealous of women, of other women, and compare themselves to them. Okay? So they overlook their own blessings and their own unique qualities. So let's start off by saying karmic, because everyone is a karmic. And you're here, karma is cause and effect. Something you did caused the effect of something. So in that aspect, we all are karmic in that aspect. Divine means of God. So once you figure out the karmic lesson, like, this is why this shit keep happening, because I keep doing this. You are then able to pray to the Most High God and say, God, help me, because I can't figure this shit out on my own. And then that's when your awakening becomes and you become divine. Okay? So we're not saying karmic like, oh, whatever. So karmic is basically a narcissistic female. That they don't accept the fact that their actions led up to the bullshit they going through. So anyway, back to this. This man is constantly bringing up other women, complimenting other women in her face, highlighting the qualities in other women that she does not have, intentionally to make her doubt herself, okay? And it's all through perception management. So this has forced the narcissistic woman or karmic to develop a humiliating competition with the sisterhood. We all supposed to be sticking together and raising awareness to these toxic patterns in relationships as a whole. But because we stuck on comparison, whether it's by your shape, your color, your hair texture, you're comparing yourself to another woman. And they intentionally do that. Like they'll be with a black woman and highlight the features of a white woman or a lighter complected woman. They'll be with a lighter complected woman and give compliments to a darker complected woman or a woman with a more full figure body. And then that'll make their partner, who's trying to please them, say, well, what is it about this bitch? And it becomes a competition when it shouldn't be. Women are divided because of this very strategic manipulation to divide and conquer. Okay? So basically, the toxic masculine gets this karmic to compete with other women that could possibly be her future support system. That could give her advice, people she could actually learn from. That's the whole fucking point. So this bitch is over here going crazy, trying to prove herself to this dude, and it's a never-ending saga. Because that's the whole fucking point. You're not supposed to figure it out, bitch. Okay? So, another toxic trait that is keeping this karmic pressed that she doesn't realize, it's a karmic cycle. It's no level of magic you can do or smear campaign that you can do until you look at your fucking self. The thing about it is they have endless complaints, but no desirable steps, no steps towards the desired outcome. So this is someone that complains so much it becomes a tangled web. They're complaining about something they can change, but they're not changing it. That's like repeating the same class over and over again and never graduating. Okay? It's called what Pastor R.C. Blake said, stationary complaining. You complaining, but you ain't doing shit to get up out of that situation. Your soul has become incapacitated. You can't make a life-saving decision for yourself, something that can save your life. You control your future, no one else. So, the pain is inevitable, but the karmic female is dealing with the pain without cutting off the infection. So she just keep on reliving it and trying to dig up dirt on other people that don't exist, and that it was all set up this way. Okay? So we already know they pressed. We already know we blessed. They ain't stopping shit. They done been exposed. Ready for fills, scandals on top of scandals. Okay? So they were raised to believe the squeaky wheel gets the oil. By being loud, they figure, they could distract people and shapeshift. Transference of energy. That shit done blew the fuck up in their face. So right now we have to, as a collective, embrace the peace with your current state of being. Stop comparing yourself to other women. Y'all on the same team. The only reason that you're even brought to compete with one another is so that a man can manipulate the both of you. I'm still under the weather, y'all. Y'all gotta bear with me. I'm sorry. I'll be back up and running by the weekend, What else? What's spirit guides, ancestors, and angels? What do we need to know about this before we get into boundaries? You need to know when to establish healthy boundaries and when something is not healthy for you, okay? This is a woman that is competing with her family members, her co-workers, her best friends, because she didn't establish boundaries with this man to say, we are not comparing me to my homegirl. That's inappropriate what you're doing. We need to embrace these boundaries and sticking up for what's right. It's the only way we're going to get to true happiness. Discoveries that will lead to the celebration. So love yourself first. Time to rest. I'm taking that message for myself. I've been resting and rejuvenating and, just balancing out all of my tasks. Got big things popping, little things stopping. Just because I'm not posting about it, don't mean it's not in the works. So this is about the only way that you're going to be able to gain some type of balance is by accepting the past and current situations and working gracefully through them. Everything has a higher purpose, but you have to seek the divine, God, okay? So when they're referring to these masses, divine masculine, he's stealing, cheating, and beating on you, ain't shit divine about that. Stop sugarcoating bullshit, okay? He's toxic. He's a masculine. He's a man. He ain't shit divine about that. That's not of God. God is not the author of confusion. Okay? These self-proclaimed divine people don't even believe in God or a higher, presence, spirituality. They have no spiritual guidance. These people are fear-based. They expect the worst. And they waste their time on negative thoughts. And then that shit comes into fruition in their lives. So we have to embrace boundaries. Okay? Drawing that line between disrespect, respect, and disrespect. And that's where you draw the line. Comparison, we're not doing that. Go be over there then. Okay? So it's time to mentally and physically unwind, accept the past, and work through these challenges gracefully. Because they still, lurking and stuff. And at the end of the day, the beginning and end of the day, that just means that they admire you so fucking much. Bitch, you make this shit look so easy, so effortless, with so much class that these bitches are pressed. They'll sit up there and ask, but why her, not me? They know exactly why. That's why they going so crazy. They know exactly why her and not them, because you're everything that bitch is not. You're of God. Let the divine feminine energy get you some ease. Easy for me to receive. I ain't pressed about nothing. I ain't pressed about nothing. It's easy for me to receive. Okay? Yes, sanctity. Okay, so through offerings and sacrifice, the most mundane problems become a sacrament. You have to release the things that you cannot change or control. What else here? Love. Okay. Divine source. Father God, love is the root of it all. No person, place, or thing is your salvation. Okay? Love itself. Humility. You fucking humility. Humility. Humble yourself. Okay? Allow me, divine, to always accept the right assistance. I welcome your help in every way and delight in receiving it. You have to be humble to receive. I can't make it up. It came right out. Humble, then receive. You have to be humble to receive blessings. That's how it becomes easier and easier to become divine. There's nothing from a past life that can't be addressed in the current life. Karma. I can't make it up. God is confirming this shit in the message. Karma. Everything has come full circle. These karmics don't want to accept the fact that they fucked up. Players fuck up. They won't do that. They say, I'm not fucked up. I can do what the fuck I want. That bitch just hating. Whereas divine feminine gonna say, okay, I can see where I was misguided. My anger was misdirected. Let me correct that shit, because in the beginning of the day, he playing us both. And that is how you are humbling yourself to receive divine abundance. God can't help who you pretend to be. Energy is fluid. Okay, your energy never lies. So, inner child came out in reverse. So someone is, having some troubles with their inner childhood wounds. They haven't, come to terms with something that happened to them as a child, and it's keeping them stuck, making them give up the faith. All of these cards came out in reverse. Faith, inner power, and inner child. So this person feels weak because they haven't healed the inner childhood wounds. They aren't able to be vulnerable like a child, to tap into that inner power, intuition, and faith. Because faith without work is dead. So if all of these cards came out in the reverse, that means that you have not healed your inner childhood wounds. And that's why you lack the power to change. And that's why this came out in reverse. You don't have the faith because you won't address your demons, your inner child wounds. You acting like they don't exist by projecting it on other people. And then when they don't react how you react, and then they actually evolve, you get offended. Bitch, please. Okay, so I'm going to be uploading some readings maybe later on today. My voice is coming back. I'm still congested, but for the most part, I just had to get this word out because these houses being exposed. The shit has hit the fan, and they even more mad, but there's literally nothing they can do. Okay? So until next time, that's your reading. I love you guys. Peace.